So there you go, guys. 6 great chest exercises. All you need are some dumbbells and preferably a bench, all right? Hey guys, I'm Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I'm going to show you 6 of my favorite dumbbell exercises to build a big chest. Now, if you don't go to the gym on a regular basis, you won't know this, but the dumbbell section at any gym is almost always the busiest part of the gym. Everybody likes doing dumbbell exercises, and there's a good reason for it. It's a really effective piece of equipment. There's a ton of different things you can do with dumbbells. You can target pretty much every muscle group in your body. But today, we're just gonna focus on our chest. And like I said, I got 6 really good exercises that are gonna help you guys build the biggest chest possible. And you can do it at home with nothing but some dumbbells and preferably a bench. All right, well, real quick before I get into the exercises, I wanna explain one thing real quick, and I highly recommend that you guys do this, is try to buy some adjustable dumbbells. So guys, these are adjustable. When I say adjustable, I mean, all I have to do is turn the handle here and it selects a different weight. So I can turn it from, here's 15 pounds, all right, there it is, 15 pounds. I put it back in and I can adjust it to 30 pounds. That's how long it took, all right? I don't have to take plates on and off a little short bar, okay? Now, this is fantastic. It's really compact. You don't have to have, I mean, I can go from 5 pounds all the way to 50 pounds, all right, in 5-pound increments. You know, that would be like 10 pairs of dumbbells laying around. Or I'd have to have all those different little plates that you would add on, and you can't, and it takes a while to change the weight when you're adding plates to the little short, you know, dumbbell bar. It's just not very efficient. The drawback to this is they're expensive. All right, so I think I bought these about 7 years ago for $300. They may be $400 now, but you can get on Amazon and kind of check around. There's only 2 or 3 companies that really make good ones. Some of these adjustable dumbbells are super long and bulky, and yes, they're a little less expensive. Avoid those, just too big and bulky. Now, the other thing is the bench. You don't have to have a bench, guys, but remember, these things are cheap. I buy everything on Amazon these days, so you can find tons, hundreds and hundreds of these things for sale on Amazon, and some of them are as cheap as, I think, you know, 50 or 60 bucks. And then, of course, the other thing is they, you know, it isn't like they wear out. All right, you'll buy it one time and you'll have it for the rest of your life. So, highly recommend both adjustable dumbbells and an adjustable bench. All right, the first one is going to be a flat bench press, guys, but I'm putting a little spin on it. I'm going to have you do them alternating, one hand at a time. All right, so let's try this. All right, we're going to come down here, starting position, just like a normal dumbbell bench press, but we're only going to do one arm at a time. Now, you can either keep your hands at the bottom, all right, when we're doing the alternating, or you can keep the dumbbell pressed in the up position and do alternating. There's kind of pros and cons to either, but what I suggest you do is do one set alternating with the dumbbells in the up position, and then do the next set with the dumbbells down in the lower position like I started at the very beginning, all right? So guys, this goes with pretty much every exercise I'm going to show you today. You got to pick a weight that's heavy enough so that it's going to be really difficult to knock out 8 to 12 reps with good form. Now, this weight is obviously not nearly heavy enough for me to reach failure by the 10th or 12th rep, but I'm just using these weights, even though they're too light, just for demonstration purposes, so I can show you the form and still talk at the same time. All right, so the second exercise is called a pullover. And I think these were made popular, gosh, 50 years ago by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So if you ever watch Pumping Iron, you'll be able to see Arnold doing these. So you gotta get scooch down so that your shoulder blades are on the bench, all right? And then you're gonna grab the dumbbell by the flanges, kind of like a goblet, okay? And I'm just gonna lower this and go as deep as I can and then pull it back up, okay? So it's a pullover. You're gonna feel a big stretch in your lats, okay? But you're also using your pecs when you pull this thing up. And stop here, stop where the dumbbell is over your head. Don't go all the way to here, okay? Stop right about here. You'll keep a little bit of tension on your chest that way. And this is gonna work more than just your chest, guys. You're gonna get some good back work here. But like a lot of these exercises, they'll end up working more than just your chest. Some of these are very isolated chest only, but a couple of these exercises are gonna enlist the help of other muscle groups like your back and your triceps. All right, exercise number 3 is called an incline press. And guys, if you could only pick one exercise to do for your chest, I would say this is it. This is probably the granddaddy, most effective chest exercise if you could only do one for the rest of your life, guys. So you can have the back of the bench inclined at several different angles. You don't want to get it too steep, because if you get it really steep, you'll start putting too much emphasis on your shoulders, all right? But this is a great, great exercise. And like pretty much everything we're gonna be doing today, the goal is to get a really good stretch, guys. I've seen studies that have come out recently that talk about that the muscle growth is really occurring in the bottom third of the range. So down here where your muscles are stretched the most. And this is not just for your chest, this is for every muscle group. So I don't care whether you're doing bicep curls or leg extensions or leg curls or whatever, you really want to go and get as much range of motion as possible and stretch the muscles out as much as possible, because that's where the most growth is going to occur, when you're getting a really, really good stretch. Okay, exercise number 4 is just a straightforward dumbbell fly. You can do these with the bench flat or with a slight incline. I wouldn't do these with more than a slight incline, because then I think it just puts too much stress on your shoulder joints. And I'll show you in just a sec, but the straighter your elbows are, that means the further the dumbbells are away from your shoulder. It gives more leverage. The weight has more leverage over your body. So you're not gonna be able to do much weight, guys. You're gonna have to go pretty light. All right? So you don't need to bring the dumbbells any closer than about here, okay? And I just like going out and get a really good stretch. Now listen to your body, guys. Some of y'all are gonna have bad shoulders and you may not be able to go real deep. The other thing is, a lot of y'all will feel real tight at the very beginning. And I highly recommend you start off with some super, super lightweight, okay? And just do a couple, maybe 3 warm-up sets of this exercise with a weight that's so light it's easy, but it's really all you're doing is stretching out, not just the muscles, but you're stretching out the tendons and the ligaments, all right? And see how I keep a slight bend in my elbows? And then you can straighten them at the top, and as you lower the weights, you're gonna get a little bend in your elbows, guys. That'll help with your shoulder joints particularly. All right, so the 5th exercise is a decline press. Now guys, I got a bench that, you know, will actually lower my head below my waist, and hence the decline. If you don't have a bench, you could do this on the ground where you're just laying and then you arch your back. It's called a bridge press. And so basically everything I'm doing today, you can do at home without a bench. You can use pillow cushions or cushions off your couch. to put behind your shoulder blades if you're trying to do like an incline movement. And same goes with this. All right, so here we go. I'm really feeling the stretch, guys. It feels good. And if you don't have a heavy enough weight, all right, so that you reach failure by the 12th rep, I urge you guys to just slow down your tempo. And when you do that, that means each rep is going to take longer, and that ends up increasing the time under tension on your pecs. And that will effectively make the weight feel heavier than it really is. Okay, so the sixth and final exercise today is a close grip chest press. You're gonna have to drop the weight down. You're not gonna be able to do nearly as much as you did with incline flies or decline flies, because what we're doing is it's still working our chest, but we're also putting a lot of emphasis on our triceps. And so you just won't have quite as much leverage over the weight because of the physics. All right, so when I say close grip, we're just gonna bring the dumbbells together and we're gonna keep them together, touching through the entire range of motion. You just bring them down till they touch your chest. You can do this on a flat bench or with a slight incline. I don't think they're going to be quite as effective if you do a steeper incline. I think you'll end up feeling a lot of this in your shoulders, and I think your shoulders will wear out before your chest will. So really feel the squeeze at the top. You can squeeze your elbows together, okay? So you don't just push up, squeeze your elbows together. I'm trying to crush these dumbbells together at the top, and that'll really make your pecs flex super hard at the very top of the movement. So there you go, guys. 6 great chest exercises. All you need are some dumbbells and preferably a bench, all right? You don't need a big gym membership. You don't need any excuses either, all right? And then, of course, finally, you can't build a big chest overnight. You got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.